It's only going to be based on the amount of money you have available, which would be different from the amount of money your neighbor would have, or your friend would have, even in another city. We're going to do this according to your budget, not anyone else's. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
All right, so here's what we're talking about. So we just found out if we make a prepayment of $922.10, we eliminate $1,337.70 in interest, and we eliminate one whole payment with just $922. Okay? All right. Yep. So let's take a look at all the money in cumulative principal. That's $11,190.64 for 1 year. That's 1 year's principal. But if we look over to the right, how much interest does the bank want in 1 year on that?
$15,926.96.
Okay, so now this is the money the bank wants us to pay over a year. But here's my question to you, Annette. Do we have to pay the $11,190.64?
No, because if I'm correct, we've been paying that off a little bit in prior payments.
Right. So do we have to pay this in 12 monthly installments?
I'm going to guess no.
All right, great. If we had it, could we give it to the bank all at one time, and would they subtract it from what we owe?
Yes.
And then we would be paid down to the principal balance on line 12 in 1 month, wouldn't we?
Yeah, we would. Yeah. That's,
how about that? Then what would happen to all the interest payments between line 2 and line 12? What would happen to all those?
They would have to take them off they'd be
canceled.
Yeah. Canceled.
Just like school on a snow day. Canceled. Yep. All right. But interest is a little different from snow days. You have to make up snow days, don't you?
Yes.
To a certain point. To a certain point. But this interest you save, you never have to pay back. Never.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So you can actually give this money to the bank, pay down to line 12, not for $15,926.96, but for only $1,340 in interest. How's that sound?
I think it sounds really good.
Okay, now we're going to get to your question with this little bit of background. What if you had this loan? You would still have all of your money in the bank, wouldn't you?
Yes, I would. Yeah.
Now, if you had that same amount of money you were going to put as a down payment, what if you were to pay it as a prepayment to this loan? Not $11,000, but how much were you going to put down?
Well, probably $330,000 between the cash and the sale of the home.
Okay, so $330,000.
Yeah.
Watch this. Mm-hmm. So if you paid down $330,000, you can put it down as one payment, or you can put it down as several payments. Let's see what would happen if you put it down as one payment, adding it to your first payment here. So I'm going to scroll down to cumulative principal, $330,000. That's going to take me a while.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. We're down to 200,000. Here we go. And we're almost here. $330,000. Line 256. Okay, so if we put the calculator back on the screen, so we're going to take $330,000. That's 256 payments. Clear that out. 56 divided by 12. Okay, about 21 years. That would mean you have about 9 years left. Okay, so here's what they want you to do. They want you to take your hard-earned money.
Oh my God.
Put it on this loan. Okay, have a $200,000 mortgage for 30 years. Or you can get the entire amount, put your money down as a prepayment, and knock off 21 years on a 30-year loan and have the same amount left.
Wow.
So Annette, you tell me, are they giving you good advice?
No, they're not. And it's insane, but they have to make their money too. You always wonder, how do they make their money? I mean, this is crazy. The issue, and I'm going to look into this now, is that I never qualified for that much of a loan. My credit's excellent and all that. I don't need to get into all of it, but it's just I've never had the income to come in. So For me, maybe it's a matter of getting the largest loan that I can and kind of going through this same scenario.
Right.
I don't know
So,
if I would be able to get the 536. This is crazy. Very
so
eye-opening.
so what you want is put down the least amount of money you can to get into your loan.
Okay.
And we'll show you. Now, you're not going to put all that money down at one time either. We're going to show you how to use the rest of your money strategically to save. Now, we are supposed to save $178,000 in interest over what the bank was telling you. So if you take this loan over this loan, it's going to save you $178,000 in interest, correct?
Yes.
Okay, but if we take that and put the $330,000 down, how much interest have we saved already in 1 month?
249,000.
There you go.
Yeah.
Listen to that. I just cracked myself up because I love doing this example. They want to save you
Yeah, it is. That's amazing.
$178,000 over a 30-year period. You could possibly save almost $250,000 over 1 month. Miss Annette, do you have any other questions for us?
No, I'm gonna listen to the replay and look into finding out how to get in contact with you guys more, just to really nail this down for me. So, yep.
Okay, so here's what's going to
Thank
happen.
you so much.
Here's what's going to happen, Miss Annette. If you work with us and go to ice10k.com and then click on the button, get a savings and earnings report, we can run these numbers for you based on your actual numbers you're going to get when you pre-qualify for the least amount paid down. We don't care about the interest rate because the interest rate is already a lie. Okay, so don't let them fool you and say, well, if you do this, you're going to have a slightly higher interest rate. Let me tell you something. The lower the interest rate, the harder it is to pay off the loan early. I'll show you those numbers when we talk in person. But here's what you're going to do. You're going to click on that button, fill out all the information there, and we're going to get a private consultation, and we'll go over all of this for you. And now you'll be able to get out of debt on this loan by using your money more strategically. You're going to pay off this loan in about 7 to 9 years instead of 30 years to never.
Love it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Annette, for bringing your question to the stage. You just helped a lot of people. And folks, if you want to know what we call this at the P.I.L.L method, it's called down payment deception. Don't be fooled. Don't take your money to put it as a down payment. Take your money and use it as prepayments to the loan. You knock off years and you save interest like no other way on earth. Please don't follow the bank's example and use your money as a down payment. Never, ever put more than you need to as a down payment to get into the loan. Thank you, Mr. Net.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life. And it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L.L method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.